Hi everyone, happy September. It has been a little while since I have uploaded a new video. I am still here. Today we are going to be having a little fun video. As we headed into September and the fall, I thought why not better thing than to do a little Q&A and a little bit of a life update on things that are going on right now and what's to come forward in the next few months. Alrighty guys, so I am headed into grade 12 this year, my last year of high school, thank goodness. I'm very excited to be done school. I've kind of had a love-hate relationship with school since I was younger. I like school, but I don't enjoy school because I'm a very shy, quiet person. So of course I'm not over there to just like chat with people like a lot of people will go and they'll hang out with lots of friends and everything. I'm very independent and very quiet and shy, and I like to just do my own thing. School is really fun at certain aspects of it. Now that I'm a little bit older, because I have a little bit more availability to join classes that I have more interest in. For certain sciences, I can choose just to go into biology because of course I can learn more about the human body and animals, but also like cosmetology, I can join cos and learn hair and all that because that is something that I might want to do. After I graduate school, being able to choose lower level classes or higher level of classes too, comparatively to what I've been able to do before. I'm in my last year. I have 99 credits as of now. Technically, I just need to get my math 20 and my social 30. I didn't do math in grade 11. It's too hard for me to do it online. I needed a teacher to be able to teach me right in person, just because I'm definitely more of a learner. Like if people can teach in front of me, I catch on. I can't just read it and learn off of there. Math this first semester and social 30 and all my 30 level classes, or all my main classes, I guess, and 30 level classes that I need to graduate. Then I'll have enough credits, so we'll see. I end up dropping all of my classes for my second semester. I will have enough credits, and then maybe just come back and do cosmetology second semester, but I haven't decided yet. As for after school, I have had lots of people ask me, well, what are your plans? Do you have any plans? I am not set on something now. I don't have a specific college I want to go to. I haven't sent in applications or anything like that. My plan is to take a gap year after school and just really focus on my business and focus on figuring out my life and how I will be able to afford to live on my own and have my own land and move out. Because of course I'm not going to live with my parents for the rest of my life. Just figure things out, figure out exactly what my life will look like. Then school will be the following year after that. Hopefully. I haven't fully decided yet what. I'm taking cosmetology in school. I love doing hair and I love all the sides of things like that. There is a really amazing college in Edmonton, which is about an hour away from my house, that I might end up going to, and then I can do hair, have a little hair business of my own out of my home that I can do as a little side thing along with my sheep. Days that I'm not busy, I can just say I have appointment times during whatever time it ends up being, just do hair then. I love doing hair, and I think that'd be amazing as a little side thing to do. I can still do hair, like it depends on when I'm free and all that stuff. If I don't decide to do hair, then my plan is to go to Lakeland College in Vermilion and take an animal science. The only thing with that is I don't want to end up sitting in a desk all day long. I haven't fully decided what that looks like yet and if that is what I want to do, because of course I don't know exactly what job I would end up doing. After I take my course, I gotta figure that out. But that's kind of the plan as of now. Take my gap year, figure out what I want to do after there. Hair, animal science, I don't know yet, but I'm gonna continue with the sheep, figure out what I want to do after then, but really just focus on figuring out how I can live on my own and afford all the things that I will need to afford in life. As for a little flock update, everybody's doing amazing. Almost all of my babies have gone off to their new homes. 3 more need to go off to their new homes. I have welcomed in a new Navajo Churro ram. I went and chose him in the early summer, so I brought him home last weekend. He's a little beauty. I'm very excited for him. Shearing will be in a few weeks. Then breeding season is right around the corner, so I'm just making sure that everything is all set up and ensuring that everybody stays in really good condition. Just getting ready for winter over here. I've already stockpiled on my hay. Got about half of my hay for this winter supply. Getting straw bales ready. We're gonna start cleaning up the lambing shed, cleaning up pens to get ready for winter time. It's been busy around here getting ready. Another thing I will add, I got Invisaligns. I don't think you can see them, but I got Invisaligns about 4 weeks ago. So if you hear me and I'm like, sound like I'm slurring words. I feel like I'm the only one who notices it. I can just hear when I'm talking, I can hear like the little slur, especially in S words. I can't get out words sometimes, like certain words, I can't say the sounds with my trays in. It's like, I can't talk. I feel like I'm learning how to talk again. If you hear that, you might not even hear it. I feel like people don't notice it until I point it out, because I'll be like, I'm sorry if I'm like slurring words, and people will be like, I didn't even notice. I feel like it's just a mental thing. I can hear it. If you notice it, it's for my Invisaligns. Like, I'm getting better at it. It's very self-conscious about it. So enough of me talking. We're now gonna get into the fun part of a little bit of a Q&A. I seriously love doing Q&As, so when I get questions, I'm like, questions? Like, I'm just so invested. We are going to get right into this, and we're going to answer some of my frequently asked questions. So, number one question that I get asked all the time from you guys is how I got started with sheep. And of course, me being me, I love telling my story on how I got into sheep. I feel like once you get into sheep and once you get started, there's no going back. Once a sheep person, always a sheep person. Like, seriously, I cannot imagine my life without them. I think I'm just gonna be like a crazy sheep lady for the rest of my life. I'll be like the old granny, like with my walker, and I'll be wearing like the sheep shirts in like a senior's home or like a lodge. And I'll be like, oh, back when I had sheep. Or like on my phone, I'll be like, do you want to see my sheep? Yeah, that's gonna be me. That's gonna be me. Yeah. I was 13 in the spring. My parents brought home their flock of sheep. I had the whole summer with them. My whole family had the summer with them. We did everything from like rotational grazing and vaccines, deworming, hoof trims, all that fun stuff, and I fell in love with that stuff, of course. Me being me, crazy sheep lady already at 13 years old. That fall, when my parents decided that they wanted to focus on the pork and beef side of things, and they didn't want to raise the sheep anymore, I seriously could not imagine selling them. I begged them to let me keep a few of them. They let me keep the really friendly ones. The batch of the moms that we got, they weren't overly friendly. I don't think they had a lot of human interaction. They were pretty skittish and not super fond of humans. The babies that were born that spring, and 2 of the moms were super friendly and super lovable. So I started out with those 7, just grown from there. Fast forward 4 years, I now have a flock of about 50, including my meat lambs. So I've got about 30 breeding animals plus my fiber wethers. So from the girl who had the 7 sheep, it's now grown to a crazy amount of sheep. I don't think my parents expected when they said I could keep the sheep that it would grow so much since then, and I would just become that much more obsessed with sheep and so interested in sheep and everything in between. But here we are. Question number 2, how I manage school and life along with the sheep. So I'm in grade 12, of course. My day kind of goes about, I wake up at 6 and I will do my chores outside, get ready to go. I'll go to school. I've got classes from 8:40 until 11:20, a spare and lunch, and then I go back for class from 12:40 to 1:55, kill time in town, pick up my sister after her classes, and at 3:15, and then I come home. So I get home about 4, so I'm gone from just after 8 until 4. I'm home at 4, do my chores, do any homework I have, eat supper, pack lunch for tomorrow, go to bed, start it all over. That's kind of my day. That's kind of how it goes. Any big things that we do, whether that be hoof trims or vaccines or flock checks, anything like that, fencing, that all gets done on the weekend or it gets done on evenings if we do happen to have time. Really fortunate because I do have family members who are home. If I need anything during the day, I can shoot them a text and they can feed the sheep or they can check on waters or just little things like that. If I've them on electric fence, they can go check to make sure they still have water in their buckets when they're all on the fences. I have such an amazing family that has been very helpful to me throughout my whole entire journey with the sheep, and they really make it possible for me to do all the things that I'm able to do, for their help and for just being there when I need it. It truly would not be possible without them, but it's a little tricky, but of course we're making things work. My last year, and then I'll be home with them for a good solid year, and I cannot wait. Okay, next question was, what am I most looking forward to for my last year of school? I would have to say grad. I cannot wait for grad. I went dress shopping about a month ago. That was seriously fantastic. I seriously loved it so much. I have been dreaming of going to grad dress shopping from the time I was a little girl, and that was seriously everything I could have imagined and more. Being able to try on those dresses with my family, I went with my mom and my sister. That was amazing. It was such an amazing experience, and I seriously cannot say how much fun it was. It was just amazing. I feel like that's just like every girl's dream. I seriously felt like a princess the whole time I was trying them on. And I cannot wait to wear my dress for grad, to get all pretty, get all a nice face of makeup, do my hair, have my dress on, get fancy nails for it. You guys, I cannot wait. Grad is seriously gonna be amazing, and I cannot wait for it to come any quicker. Grad dress, all the fun, walking across the stage, getting my diploma, just amazing. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out, but it's okay. Okay, my next question was, do I have anything planned with the flock in the coming year? I have ewe lambs that are ready to be bred next fall 2025 from this year, which means I need a new ram. I am getting on the wait list for a ram lamb from Labiscornu, which is where my current Icelandic ram is from. I will get my name on his reservation list next spring when he opens it up, and I will add in a new ram in the early fall of 2025 to be another ram for babies here. Otherwise, as of now, I do not have any plans to bring in any more ewes, at least for a few more years, but of course I do not know what the future holds. So I'm saying no right now, but of course I really don't know. But as of now, all I know is that I will be bringing in a new ram for next fall 2025's breeding. The next question is, what are my long-term flock goals? This is another really fun question that I love to talk about. As of now, wow, count how many times I said as of now. Right now, the flock is staying at the size it is, just based off of the fact that I'm still living at home. And of course, because we have other animals on the farm, there's definitely only limited space you can go for pasture and things like that, and also hay supply. This flock is staying where it is right now, but as I move out and get my own place in the next few years, hopefully, if everything goes to plan. The plan is I eventually will grow the flock out to hopefully around that 70-80 head of ewes. Half will be Icelandic, half will be Navajo Churro, and I'm really going to focus on quality breeding stock and importing some semen from Iceland for the Icelandics, and hopefully going down to the States to bring up some new Navajo Churro genetics, just as they are getting pretty low in here. Up in Canada, kind of hard to find genetics from different flocks that aren't related, just because there is only a few flocks up here in Canada. So that's the goal, grow it out a little bit more, still focus on the triple purpose animals, but also start doing some artificial insemination on my girls, on the Icelandics, and bringing in some new genetics from the States for Navajo Churros. Of course, with the flock being on pasture and just being, of course, alive, predators can be something that I think about, so that is one of the other questions I got, was if I have any guardian animals that are with the flock and protect the flock. Right now, I do not. I did have a dog last fall. He was about a year old when I got him, and the plan was that we would integrate him with the sheep and he would be their little flock protector. He had had some changes of situations where he was living before, so when I brought him here, he hadn't been with sheep in a little while, and ultimately was just not bonding with my sheep. We tried a bunch of different things and nothing worked, so I ended up rehoming him to a home where he could just be a farmyard guardian, because of course he couldn't be with the sheep. I had some issues of him nibbling on sheep ears and splitting them, chasing the sheep, and my sheep were all terrified of him due to that. So even if I had tried to train him, I do not think that there would have been any way that my sheep would be used to him enough that they would trust him to be with them, and I would not trust him to stay with them without me watching him and him being under surveillance the whole entire time. So he was rehomed, and I'm hoping as I move out later on in the future that I can get a new puppy and we can try that again, or potentially think of going the route of a donkey or something else. I do not have any guardian animals, but I do hope that it is something in the future that I can work on and add in something in the future for predator control. All right, and the last and final question was, what does triple purpose mean? As many of you would know, I raise triple purpose sheep. So triple purpose sheep are animals that can be used for 3 different reasons, 3 different ways or reasons. My sheep are Icelandic and Navajo Churro sheep, and they're triple purpose, which means I can use them for dairy, meat, and milk. I love triple purpose sheep because there's many ways that you can get use of them. There's a few ways that you can also make money off of them. Not only can they be used for wool, so you can get their wool off of them, you can sell their wool, you can use their wool, and you can use their wool for many different things. I make lots of dryer rolls for my wool. I've also done some felted rugs. I also sell some to spinners out there or different fiber artists, and they can process it themselves. See, I can't talk with these in. They can process it themselves, and they can turn into different fun things like that. As for the milk, I can milk them, and I will freeze their milk, and then I can turn into soap and offer that as something. Of course, the meat, the weather lambs get processed in the late fall to early winter. They are sold as halve and wholes. And then I also get their sheepskins and their skulls and clean or tan them and get use from them that way. So that was my little Q&A and life update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys are having a great fall so far. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments below, and I will try and get back to you as soon as possible. If you want to find me on any other social media platforms, I have linked them in the description on this video, and same as my website. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have an amazing rest of your day.